Hi, this is Kirk from livingafield.com. I'd like to welcome you to our online learning academy, where today we're going to be discussing burdock. Bold and beautiful. The botanical name of burdock is Arctium. A couple of pictures of burdock. You see that the leaves are absolutely huge. It looks very similar to rhubarb. And then you have the picture on the right where the plant is in flower. Common names for burdock are bardana, beggar's buttons, burseed, clotbur, cockle buttons, cocklebur, fox's clote, great bur, happy major, hardock, hairbur, lappa, love leaves, and thorny bur. The only one I've really ever heard is burdock. This occurs all over the United States except the extreme southeast. It's a member of the Asteraceae or aster family. It is a large biennial. A biennial is a plant that has a 2-year life cycle. Now, the height of burdock, it depends upon the type. There's common burdock, which is Arctium minus, and that grows 3 to 5 feet tall, while great burdock, or Arctium lapla, can grow up to 4 to 9 feet tall. The large, coarse, wavy-edged leaves, as I said, remind me of an elephant's ear. The first-year plant, they grow in a basal rosette and can actually be up to about 2 feet long and 1 foot across. The undersides of the leaves are covered in hairs. They're densely woolly. The leaves grow on a single erect stalk. The leaf stalk of great burdock is furrowed and resembles the shape of celery, and it has a purple-green hue. The leaves of common burdock, Arctium minus, are hollow and not furrowed. Both species are edible, though. The width of the young burdock taproot is approximately the diameter of a pencil, but it's extremely long. It can grow up to 4 feet long, I've heard, although I've never been able to pull one out to measure it because they always break off. This makes it really difficult for gardeners to get rid of this plant from their garden. It's kind of ironic that they're trying to get rid of this plant because it's edible. The roots are wonderful. The roots of the first year are wonderful tasting. So are the stems of both the first and second year plant. The root is also an excellent medicinal. So it just seems strange but quite often that happens. Gardeners will remove edible plants that they consider weeds from their garden. But I digress. Let's get back to this plant. This is a picture of some of the roots. They look similar to like a white carrot, something that you would find on Daucus carota or Queen Anne's lace. Again, up to 4 feet in length, but I've never found one like that. You can only eat the root of the first year's plant because the rest of it becomes far too woody to be able to eat. About the only way you can eat a second year burdock is to slice extremely thin discs of the root and put them into a soup or even saute them in a pan. And the fibers are less of a problem because they're smaller. But the first year plant, the roots, you can take them, peel them just like you would a carrot, saute them, cut them up, saute them, add them to soups. They're actually delicious. The plant flowers in the second year, during the summer of the second year actually, and it produces a whole bunch of these little purple flowers. It looks like they have stickers all over them, but they're kind of a cool looking flower. They appear very similar to thistle. The seeds, when they develop, are a round seed in a burr. Anybody who's walked through the woods has had burdock burrs on them. You can look for burdock on disturbed soils, roadside and waste areas. Quite often I'm driving down the road and I see what looks like rhubarb growing next to the road, and that's of course burdock. You can eat the young leaf, or you use the young leaves, the roots, the young flowers, and leaf stalks. Burdock is, as I said, highly nutritious, and it has excellent medicinal qualities. The young leaves can be added to salads or boiled in a few changes of water. They do tend to be a little bit bitter, but bitter isn't always bad. As Americans, we tend to be a little bit prejudiced against bitter tasting foods, but they're great for digestion, and they also add a little bit of character to salads and dishes that we eat. The root of the first year plant can be eaten all year long, basically spring through autumn. And the root of the second year plant can be eaten in the early spring before the flower stalk appears. But again, once the flower stalk appears, it's far too woody to eat. The root can be picked, peeled, and eaten just as it is. I tend to like it a little bit better cooked. Young leaves and flower stalks are best when parboiled for a minute or so to remove the bitterness. The following slides are meant for informational purposes only. They're not meant to diagnose or treat any illness or injury. Always consult with a physician or other qualified medical care provider concerning the diagnosis and treatment of any illness or injury. I have said this many times, and I will keep saying it. I am not a doctor, and I do not play one on the internet. All of the information that I'm giving you is just for that, informational purposes. The root tea has been used as a blood purifier, a diuretic, to stimulate bile secretion, digestion, and sweating. As I said, the bitter aspect of the plant really aids in digestion. It's also useful for gout, liver, and kidney ailments. It works for high blood pressure and rheumatism or arthritis. Rheumatism is the old term for rheumatism. I think anybody that's ever watched Beverly Hillbillies has heard Granny talking about her rheumatism. The root contains high levels of inulin. Inulin is a simple sugar. The plant contains up to about 50% of this, and it's very useful in, it says treating diabetes, but it doesn't really treat diabetes. What it does is, being the fact that inulin is a simple sugar or a monosaccharide, it normalizes or levels your blood sugar. You don't get the peaks and valleys associated with disaccharides. Both flowers and leaves have antibacterial properties. A tea mixed with brown sugar has been used to treat measles. Burdock applied to the skin has been used as a treatment for dry skin, acne, psoriasis, and eczema. The seeds also act as a diuretic. The medicinal actions of this plant is an alterative, meaning that it restores the proper function of the body. It is antibacterial. It does kill bacteria. It's antihypertensive, meaning that it will help reduce blood pressure. It is anti-inflammatory. It helps your body combat inflation. It is an anti-neoplastic. This means that it has been shown to inhibit the growth of tumors. It is antioxidant. It renders free radicals harmless. It is antiretroviral, which means that it has shown promise in the treatment of retroviruses, such as HIV and herpes simplex viruses. The plant is a demulcent. It is rich in mucilage, which soothes and protects inflamed or irritated mucous membranes. It is diaphoretic, which means that it helps you promote sweating. It's diuretic, meaning that it increases the formation and flow of urine. Sorry about that. Meaning that it increases the formation and flow of urine. It is a cholagogue. It stimulates the flow of bile from the liver. This aids in digestion. It is hepatic. It helps support the natural functions of the liver. It's hypoglycemic. It helps regulate and reduce blood sugars. Basically, it regulates, as I said, the peaks and valleys of your blood sugar levels. Burdock has no toxic lookalikes. Those who are diabetic and taking insulin should not eat burdock, as it could lower your blood sugar to dangerous levels. As always, check with your healthcare provider before taking any herbal supplement. This includes eating plants which can act as an herbal supplement. Arctium lapla and Arctium minus are plants with a rich history of edible and medicinal use. I hope you get out into the natural world and harvest some for yourself. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please try one of our other online videos. You might also be interested in one of our guided plant walks. You can find all of our training opportunities on our website at livingafield.com. I would appreciate you taking a moment and emailing me your feedback on this video to videos@livingafield.com. This ends our video presentation. I hope you have a wonderful day.